her designs have now been worn worldwide by celebrities and stuff. Okay, Hope Macaulay is somebody that I don't remember how soon into my crochet journey I discovered her, but she is absolutely just a master. They do knitting, hand knitting, I guess. She is from Ireland. I personally admire her so much because she started probably like me, passion for knitting. In my case, it's crochet, but she just made something and now she sells worldwide, which is absolutely awesome. And it's not easy to do. So I think what makes her really unique is the colors she uses, the yarn she uses. And I believe she makes her own yarn now. Prior to making her own yarn, I'm not really sure where she sourced it, but it is just absolutely stunning. It's super chunky and the colors are bright. She uses bright colors, but also really soft pastels. So it's kind of a combination of both, but the texture, the finish of the yarn is so stunning. On this video, she's packaging an order, but you can see the rest of her designs in the back. And to me, I know this is knitting, it's not crochet, but there are two things that relate to crochet in a way. Number one is that I personally think that we can find inspiration in a lot of places. I follow a bunch of knitters because I just love maybe the color combinations they use, the designs they use, and it's always nice to have them and their content close by to see what inspires you. So if you don't yet, if you're a crocheter, like a hardcore crocheter, don't be afraid to follow knitters, just because at the end of the day, it's still yarn manipulation, whether you do crochet or knitting. And so following knitters is just a really cool way to expand, I guess, your inspiration sources. So highly recommend. I just wanted to introduce you to her. If you haven't heard of her yet, absolutely give her a follow. Number two actually aligns with the stitch of the week and what's on my hook. So I'm actually going to cover that after, but it's essentially how you can crochet something that looks like a knitted piece. This week, I actually want to talk about something that is super duper core to the exercises that I do on a consistent basis, especially when I'm finding that my negative thoughts have taken over a little bit, or they're maybe more consistent. Whatever's happening in my life, there are certain moments where things are more difficult and you go through maybe low periods of time. And so those thoughts kind of feel fueled. And so I find that the only thing that takes me out of them is affirmations. And the thing is, personally, depends on how low you are. It's not super easy to just think of those things naturally. So I personally go to a YouTube video and I literally just type in morning affirmations or affirmations for anxiety, affirmations for negative thoughts. I do find that a lot of those videos are very intense. Get out there, you can do this, wake up and grind and blah, 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 and that kind of thing. And that's maybe not what you need a lot of the times when you're feeling kind of low. So I find that adding the word gentle affirmations is gonna give you that softer video. That personally, I know that a lot of times I need that. But it is a pattern interrupt for me. I find that when I'm unable to think those things on my own, if I play those videos, even if I'm cooking, cleaning, walking, and if I just have them in my ear, it doesn't necessarily mean that something's going to change right away, but it's just happening there and my brain's kind of consuming that. And first of all, it interrupts the negative thought. And second of all, it kind of plants a seed. And so down the line, after years and years of doing this, I find it now a little bit more natural and easier to actually think that way, to think those positive, more neutral thoughts rather than immediately going to that negative talk in my mind. I can't tell you the scientific reasons why, but it definitely has helped me. So again, this is just something that has helped me personally, and maybe it'll help you if you want to give it a try. So this one's interesting because I don't actually have a tutorial for it, but I do not want to shy away from urging you to try it if you haven't yet. So the stitch of the week is the simple stitch in Tunisian crochet. It's a very simple repetition once you get the hang of it. It's very meditative. If you're a crocheter and you're used to doing just the regular crochet, I don't know why, but there is a difference when you do Tunisian crochet. I have tried knitting before, and it's just a different way that you manipulate the yarn, and it's almost a little bit more meditative in a weird way. So the simple stitch gives you a bit of a thicker fabric. The front is going to be those beautiful braids that are very uniform. Now the back is going to be more of a striped, chunky look. So Tunisian crochet is an awesome alternative for us crocheters who want our pieces to have a different look. So for example, with the simple stitch in Tunisian crochet, you can achieve this beautiful look of knit-like effect in your fabric, but it's crochet. You use your crochet hook. You just need a longer hook. So of course, it's not as comfortable to work with for an extended period of time compared to this. However, for Tunisian crochet, you will need to add on your loops on your hook, and you're going to end up with a bunch depending on the width of your project. So something like this is going to be most helpful, or there are actually longer hooks that are specific for Tunisian crochet. And I know that because I am currently making something that I will explain to you and show you in the next section of this video. With Tunisian crochet, you have tons of other stitches. I'm not too familiarized with them. That's definitely a next step that I want to try. In the meantime, I've stuck with the simple stitch, and it's wonderful. It really just is easy to learn. It is a very intuitive repetition after you do it for a little bit. You don't even need that much practice, and the results are stunning. So stitch of the week, I'm leaving all the resources that you need in the description of this video as always, so be sure to check those down below. I personally don't have a tutorial on this, but I'm sure I'm going to make one at some point. This I am so excited about because I go to this dog park with Mika, as close to where I live, and there are these two cute little dogs that always wear scarves. They're matching scarves. They're clearly knitted, but I was like, I of course can recreate this in crochet. And so I came home and I just sat down, and that's the only thing I did for the rest of the evening, is to work on this dog scarf, and it turned out so cute. The way that I did it was a little bit less efficient than the tutorial that I'm currently working on. So I am working on this cute little scarf. It is not done right now, but this is the length that I have. So the goal is going to be to create a loop here and then have this hanging and add a pom-pom at the bottom. So then when you actually put it on, you can do the loop around your dog's neck and then bring it through here, like this loop, to just have it sit like that. Hope that makes sense. And then you have the pom-pom hanging out of it. Right now it's too short, so you can't really see it, but this is what's on my hook. I worked in Tunisian crochet. This is what I'm talking about how it looks like knitted, but it's crochet. It is so cute. And then the back is going to give you these stripes. It's just so nice to look at. I really can't get over Tunisian crochet. It is so cool. So once I'm done this, I gotta just film the process of sewing it together, making the palm, and then hopefully this will be a tutorial soon. Tunisian crochet, I think, takes longer. I'm not gonna lie. That would be maybe the cons, or maybe it's just me because I'm new to it, but this has taken me, this piece alone, I wanna say has taken maybe a couple of hours, 2.5 hours, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but I feel like in regular crochet, I could do this in a heartbeat, maybe like half the time or even less. And so I can only imagine how long it would take me to make a human size version of this. Would be insane. But anyways, once I have this ready to go, you'll have a tutorial to follow. This marks the first month of the yarn journal, and I want to say thank you so much if you have been watching. Every week we are growing stronger, getting better, and I feel like this is just such a fun way for me to mark my weeks and be able to look back and say, what's new? What's happening? How much have I crocheted in the last week? It's a very cool marker. So if you are following along, I really appreciate you, and I will see you next week.